and welcome. Hopefully, we are audible. Yes, we are. Hello, good evening, and welcome to me not having my intro. There we go. Let's try that again. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Gilded Age, a cipher system actual play about the nascence of heroes in a world that is utterly unprepared for them. I am D, or Night Wanderer, and I am here to guide, plot, and intrigue with, for, and against my hapless heroes of circumstance. We are going to start much like an old and ominous grandfather clock and tick around until we come full circle back to myself. So, Dora, if you would please introduce yourself.
Hi, I am Pandora Beatrix. I will be playing Coraline Templeton, who is a weird sympathetic nexus who solves mysteries.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Sparrow.
Hi, I am Lucky Red Sparrow, and I will be playing the lovely Rhea O'Malley, who is a graceful explorer who employs magnetism.
Excellent. John.
Hello, I'm John. Today I'm playing Just Today. He is a fast speedster who ignores physical distance.
And Adam.
Hi, I'm Adam, better known as Soulby in most places on the internet, and today I will be playing Remigraves, the smooth-talking combat. Hard to go, scales to match.
And Ben.
Hello, I'm Ben, and I am playing Rexplode, the Magma Man, with rock skin and lava blood.
And finally, last but by no means least, Lara.
Hi, I'm
Sorry,
Ailis,
Alice,
and
sorry.
today I'm. Normally I'm Ailis, but today
Usually
I'm
it is.
Elizabeth McCrow, and I'm a kind adept, and I dance with shadows and dark matter.
Perfect.
I love this so much. I'm so hyped.
So cool.
The characters are amazing. We have all gone through extensive session -1 session zeroing. We have created characters, we have created some bonds of characters, and we will be starting our story in the middle of action with a little bit of background just before that, so bear with. We have had some weeks ago within this world an event that caused a lot of people to change. We will learn more about that event in our origin stories once we get to those, which you will be seeing intermittently on this same channel. But for now, we are going to focus to something that is happening weeks after the event, as our camera zooms down very quickly at a decent 35 miles per hour and splashes into the dash cam of a police car, which is hurtling down the streets as much as it can and as safely as it can towards a square. A square that is currently the stage of a very strange and supernatural event. In the middle of the square, we see two people. They could be twins, but they seem to have exactly the same scars. They seem to be just the same person split in two, twice, copied, cloned. One of them is encased in a mound of ice, and the other is floating in the air, flaming. Around them, there is a whirlwind of light and small gray particles that almost seem like they are made of iron. And dealing with this are a group of heroes who have only recently found towards each other, and who have only recently realized that maybe they might be heroes. So, within this very moment, what is Wayfinder doing?
So
And what does Wayfinder look like? Absolutely.
Oh, yes. Cora, who still does not really think of herself as Wayfinder and only vaguely recalls that she mentioned that at one point when people were talking about other names, is dressed in very cozy nerd bookish college student vibes. She's got a vest and a skirt and tights and extremely rainbow sneakers. she is at this particular moment mostly hiding uh, because any kind of active superpowers are dangerous and often terrifying. But she is looking around for anything that might be useful in the situation in general.
Okay. And as this is kind of unfolding, you realize that, and you see all of you have been able to kind of start perceiving these special items, which are more or less they are more or less, they look at least mundane. You know, sometimes they're a kettle, sometimes they're a rock, sometimes they're even a whole car, and they seem to emit this strange light, much akin to the light that you first saw when you became changed and came into touch with your abilities. And in this case, you see a whole bunch of these items piled together. There's maybe 6 or 7 of them on one kind of like mound, and they seem to be pulsing and kind of almost slowly fusing together. And they seem to be the cause of this kind of both fire and ice situation that is going on between these two clones. You kind of see a connection. This is very similar to these when you first had your epiphany, let's call it. You had seen that everything was somehow connected in these faint string-like gray ribbons, and you see also these ribbons currently connecting both the two clones and this little mound of items. While you are trying to figure out what and if there is anything useful for this situation, we are going to snap over in a very cinematic and exotic way to Echo, who is currently doing what and looking how.
Echo. Ooh, what would she be doing? That's an excellent question. So Echo, or Rhea, as most know her currently, is a rather slender young woman, dressed with like very long red hair, not unlike this VTuber model. Typically, it's pinned up at the back of her head, however, and jade pins tend to hold that in place. She's very delicate of feature and face, and can often be found in like relatively easy to move clothing. Today, especially, she's in halter top, cargo pants, kind of Doc Martens, very much clothing that she can function in. However, one constant thing, and no matter what she's wearing, is a set of black fingerless gloves. Her eyes are kind of what draw more attention, though, as she's looking around, as they are tricolored and kind of unique in that way. Diamond-shaped pupils that seemingly fracture and bleed blackness into the surrounding blue with a thin purple line around the edges. She's currently... I want her to be really impressive, but the way I've written her, she's just like definitely got her twin pistols out and is like kind of pointing them at these two clones, but is unsure which one she's supposed to shoot. So she's like braced against like a building or something, able to move if she needs to, but kind of waiting to see which one's gonna attack first. Do I have my my puppers with me, or are they not present for this?
Where are Gambit and Bear? Did you leave them at home?
Yes!
Did you...
Okay, so Rhea has 2 giant doggos, basically. One, they're German Shepherd cross breeds. One is like pure white, and like very snowy fur, gorgeous blue eyes, and of course that is Gambit. And Bear is almost exactly the same size, but black furred with the same kind of blue eyes, and that is Bear sitting at her side. I think they're both like, they're beside her, ready to kind of nudge her out of the way if shit starts happening. But she hasn't given them a command to attack yet. Again, she's waiting. She's not really a boss in this sense. She's kind of just waiting to see what she needs to do before everything kind of goes to shit.
Okay. Alrighty. And with that, as you are kind of still trying to figure out, this is in general a situation which all of you have never been in before, but somehow you had from the get-go this feeling that it's not a good idea to hoard these items. It doesn't feel good when there's too many of them on a pile. And you've even kind of figured out amongst yourselves that some of you can manage to hold more items on their person than others. And so with this, you have never seen, like, most of you go like 2 or 3 items at the top. This guy seems to have tried, or well, you're not sure, because if this is the same person who was cloned, did that happen because of these items? Was this person a person who was equally changed by this event as you were? Because obviously the like this kind of like cloning thing, not really famous for being present in the world at the moment. So, not sure what's going on there, but one thing you know for sure is there should not be 6 of those items on this pile. And since there are 6 of these items on this pile, you can probably also kind of conclude that this guy can also perceive them. So he must be somehow changed, at least. What is Jess doing, and what does Jess look like?
All right, so the camera pans away from Rhea, and as it does, the scene starts to desaturate, and everything starts slowing down, and Jess is just kind of standing there, kind of blurry. He is in full color as things around him are desaturated, because, light waves and what have you. And he's standing there, he's in kind of this purple and gold, like skiing suit almost. It's kind of like a padded set of overalls. He's got some ski goggles on and some, I'm going to say, very Sonic the Hedgehog running shoes. Like, just very red, bright white, a bit of yellow. And he is standing there. He is looking at this pile. And he knows he's pretty much capped out with the items he has, his goggles and his shoes. So he knows that people have their limits, and he sees that there's 2 of this guy, and he's like, okay, I don't want there to be a second me. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? He's gonna look off to the side of the road. He's gonna see one of those little public trash cans. So, from everyone else's point of view, he's just this incredibly blurry man standing there. Zips over to this trash can, but in reality, he's kind of just doing a soft jog. He is going to so the trash can's bolted to the street, obviously, because it's a public trash can. He's going to take the liner out of the trash can, and he is going to make a beeline for the pile of artifacts and see if he can't just, like, swoop at least some of them into the trash bag and not touch them himself.
I was muted. Okay, so so this is going to be the first roll of the game. Now, because you have to pass through this sort of kind of like wind of light and grayish particles, which does seem to still be moving at. It is moving at a disproportionately higher speed than everything else when you are kind of dislodged from time, as you are at the moment, and as it is, you realize that you're going to have to like dodge a little bit of this. So it is going to be a speed task. I'm going to say it's a difficulty 3 speed task. Now, do you have anything that eases your speed defense or any kind of speed task?
Let's see. I have dexterity speed shift.
Mm-hmm.
Speed defenses are eased by 1 step per shift.
Mhm.
Level 2.
Yep.
Let's see. And I suppose if I wanted, I could try to trigger my reflex enhancer, which would lower all manual dexterity checks by 2 steps.
Yeah. So if you do, at this point, because your dexterity power shift is at level 2, this task is going to be eased by 2 steps. So it's only a level 1 task,
Oh.
which means that you need to roll a 3 or higher to get it. If you activate your reflex enhancer, you will use up that cipher, but it will be basically free. Like you won't have to roll anything.
If I just need to roll a 3 or higher,
You
I'll
just need to
I'll
roll a
just
3
stick
or
with the
higher. Yep. That is
So,
fine.
which dice is that? I
That's a
have
D20.
multiple in front of me. A D20?
Yes.
You only need to roll a 3 or higher on a d20?
Yep.
Well, you're fucked. It's all gone downhill from here.
13!
13.
Fuck
Awesome.
yes!
So you kind
Lucky 13 for the first roll. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
No worries. Never apologize unless I tell you to. You kind of like go towards this wind, and you realize, okay, yeah, it's moving. Like it's weird. You know, it's doing its own weird thing, and you're not here for it. You're done with all of the weird stuff that's been going on lately, and you kind of like realize, even though it is moving faster than everything else, it's still not moving fast enough for you. So you kind of have to speed up a little bit. It's not a leisurely stroll through the world that is stopped around you, but you do kind of pass through it. You dodge a couple of times. There's this one kind of like giant wave of these gray particles that heads for you, and you just kind of like Matrix style limbo yourself backwards, and it passes by, and then you kind of like pass into this inner perimeter. And are between these two clones and at this mound. So we are going to pause there for a moment as we are going to move to our next victim. Adam, what is Mesmer doing? And what does he look like?
Yeah, so our good boy Remy has undergone a lot of changes since the event. He has, instead of legs, a rather long snake tail. Along his body, he has scales up to his waist, and then some up his back and arms, and even around the sides of his neck. The majority of the scales are a dark bluish black, with the underbelly being more of a golden yellow. He normally stands around 6.5 feet tall, but given that he's basically half snake, he could stretch to be much taller if he wanted to. He has a 3-foot long prehensile forked tongue, reptilian eye slits. He has short, dark black hair, neatly trimmed beard. He's wearing a leather coat to his waist with a studded belt that just kind of hangs around his waist where the snake metamorphosis happens, kind of cocked at an angle. And seeing everything that's happening, we've got action happening with these objects. Rhea has pulled out guns, and these twins seem to be up to something, but he doesn't really know what. He's just gonna step forward, and look to the group, and whoa, whoa, now let's not be hasty. He's gonna look to the first of the twins and say, "That seems like quite a haul you got there. Now, why don't you be a good fella and tell me where you got that and what you're up to?" And he's going to activate Enthrall.
Mm-hmm.
So while talking, I can grab and keep another creature's attention. As long as I continue to talk and do nothing else, they can take no actions other than to defend themselves.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, let's see. The creature send you. No actions are then to defend itself, even over multiple rounds. If the creature is attacked, the effect ends. Okay, so this kind of like I'm assuming you turned towards the fire twin. You said, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you kind of like start talking to him, and while this kind of like body is kind of like floating in the air and just like completely covered in flames, it just does this almost imperceptible little tilt towards you, and like the entire body just kind of like rotates a little on its axis and then kind of like slants over. So it's almost like a straight board that just kind of like slanted over so that his eyes are staring directly at you. And you see kind of on his face is kind of now a lighting confusion, but before that there was a mixture of agony and ecstasy. And now there's confusion coming into that mix. So the face at the moment is a
Been there.
very, very convoluted set of expressions as you're kind of distracting this flaming twin, which is going to get us over to Rex. What is Rex doing in this moment?
So Rex is a literal rock man. He is made of lava rocks and has magma blood. So yeah, he is a large mountain, quite literally, and of a man, not an actual mountain. Mountain of a man, and yeah, he sees everyone kind of moving in positions, and Rhea like take up a aggressive stance with her pistols, and it like charges out in front. He's like, "Everyone, get behind me! This is gonna get spicy." And he's just gonna stand there to like take the brunt of any like attacks that are going to come.
Okay. Where approximately are you standing? Like, are you facing them face to face, these clones, or are you somewhere off to the side or behind? How are you? Where are you roughly?
He'll be like
positioned?
immediately in front of them,
Okay.
and maybe
Gotcha.
just like in kind of a stance that is kind of a little bit sideways on, so he can take it on a shoulder. Maybe if
Mhm.
something comes flying towards him.
Okay. Yep, that's fine. So you also see how this kind of like fire and flame clone has kind of tilted weirdly to stare at Remy. And you see everyone else kind of like doing their stuff again. With Jess, it's kind of like difficult to figure out because he almost sometimes seems to blink from one place to another. Like it's very irregular, and even at the best of times, if he's even slightly lacking focus or too focused on things, it just starts like being very weird with him being there and not being there at the same time and kind of like flickering around. But you kind of, as a general thing, you can kind of trace the trajectory that he is taking towards this kind of like mound of items in the middle.
Stationary is not something you would ever say about Jess.
No,
No.
absolutely not. He is absolutely not a pencil holder. And
Jack Russell energy.
I'm just gonna go with Chihuahua energy.
And what is Elizabeth doing, and what does she look like?
Elizabeth looks like, let's say, regular mid-20s woman, currently in one of her most favorite outfits, completely trash goth, ripped old jeans, but not the fashion jeans. Really, you can tell that these jeans were in a whole piece and beautiful at some point in their life, but this point is long gone, and she mixed that with classic Doc Martens, Black Nike and everything, so her usual outfit. And normally, if strange things happen, she would be in first row, talking shit, telling people who do the stupid things to stop immediately because that's annoying. And but now, since it's a bit more like people being usual stupid, and it seems like they actually have powers, and also Remy started talking to them and they look really creepy. She feels not that comfortable inside, but still she tries to look comfortable and stands in front line, but slowly takes a step back. And as usual, with her grim face, slowly slides behind Rex to
Rex will like
protect
motion with his arm and be like, "Hey,
from
just slot in back here."
Yeah, I would never hide, never. And she starts to hide, but also she gets her black ribbons ready to just throw them in and slow down whatever the twins are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Peeking over the shoulder from no, she's probably not tall enough to peek over Rex's shoulder, but looking
around the side.
Yeah, looking around his shoulder to do a bit of ribbon dances, but still staying behind, but still trying to look
It's like one of those
confident.
hold me back moments, but where you're actually
yeah.
not going forward, you're like
Yeah,
alrighty.
exactly that.
Amazing. Okay, so with that said, I'm going to have everyone roll me this is going to be just for perception. It is going to be an intellect task, and its base level is going to be 3. So if you have any easements on intellect tasks, I know that a whole bunch of you has intelligence power shifts that will apply here. And the target number you need to roll with your d20 is 3 times whatever your end level is. So for a level 3 task, the target number is 9. And if you can reduce that to a 0 level, you don't even have to roll.
And with intelligence power shift level 1.
Then you need to get a 6 or higher on your d20.
And edge just makes effort cost less, right?
Edge reduces the cost of everything that is from that pool. So if you have edge 1 and are employing effort, you need to spend still 2 points instead of 3.
Okay. And trained means you get a
level,
an ease, right?
Yeah,
One.
exactly.
Okay.
I have a power shift of 2.
Mm-hmm. So you're down to a level 1 task, which is 3 or higher on a d20.
Nice. Very nice.
So my power shift says defense rolls and all knowledge, science, and crafting tasks. Does that fall under the purview of what we're doing?
No, this is more of a perception task.
Okay, so I want a 9.
You want a 9 if you're at the level 3, yes.
Or higher.
Or higher, yes.
20.
20.
I like this dice.
You motherfucker!
Okay.
I got a 19.
I also
20.
Wow. It's natural 20 as well.
Oh, hang on. What are we adding
Jesus.
to this? Like, do we add the intellect thing, or is that the
no,
pool
you
at
don't,
which
you
we're...
don't add any bonus to it. It's everything that modifies your stuff, modifies the level, so you're always rolling a pure d20, and the target number just goes up or down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Cora succeeded, and the number is not something we're going to talk about.
Fair.
Yeah, Rex also succeeded, got a 14.
Got a 14, okay.
Nice.
All right, so we had 2 natural 20s and a 19. Okay, so in the Cypher system, rolling a 19 is also a special thing. Namely, when you roll a natural 20, you get a major effect, which is kind of like the critical. And when you roll a 19, you do get a minor effect.
I also rolled a 19, so it was
you
2
also
20s
rolled.
and 2
So
19s.
that's 2
Fuck yes.
Okay.
Decent first
So the
roll.
problem is solved.
Yeah, the problem is absolutely
This is done.
solved. Okay. So first of all, the thing that you all have succeeded in and have seen is that there is definitely a sort of almost like a power shift dynamic between these two clones, and the one that is kind of like encased in ice and frozen, he has kind of started moving imperceptibly through the ice, so it's like only inches at a time, almost like he is sort of trying to use whatever space the natural heat of his body melts the ice with to kind of like move a little bit. So it's like literally just millimeters of movement that are happening. But he is kind of like sort of moving. And with those two 19s, I'm going to give the minor effect to be that you guys can successfully interpret this as him actually kind of like trying to convey to you that the problem is the other guy.
Oh.
Um,
Rhea immediately shifts her aim, pointing straight at the fire guy.
Now, with the natural 20 that Remy got, because Remy is focusing on the fire guy, Remy also notices that there is almost like a little bit of malice in that combination of confusion, ecstasy, and agony.
As one does.
As one does. So it's this. There's like this guy is definitely, he definitely has a more fiery temper. And for the natural 20 that Jess got, you are able to see that 3 of the 6 items have actually fused into one thing, and they are kind of like the main thing that is currently causing issues. The 3 other ones are still kind of like individual items and could be separated, but the one with the fused 3 is probably the issue at the moment, or at least for as long as they stay close to the others, so to speak.
Yeah, that's going in the bag.
Alrighty.
God, he doesn't want to touch it though.
Just scoop it up with the bag.
Yeah, he'll probably
What
do
could
that.
possibly go wrong?
Just
Just
do
kinda
his
like-
best to scoop.
Roll for scoop. No, you don't have to roll for that because you rolled very high previously and you got a natural 20 here. So we're gonna keep on riding on that good wave. And you kind of like go down and it's for a moment it's a little bit fiddly because I mean one of the things is a magic 8-ball and then the other one is a cheese grater and then the third one is just like a box. Like a cardboard box. So it's kind of like fiddly and finicky to get all of them into the bag, but you eventually manage to get them all into the bin liner, and you have all of these things in the bag. As soon as you kind of like pull up the bag and move them a little bit away from the fused ones, the fused ones kind of like start glowing a little less. They're still doing whatever they're doing, but they're glowing a little bit less than the others, than they were previously.
Jess did not think this far ahead.
Mhm.
Are any of the fused items made of metal?
Cheese grater?
Fused items. Well, the cheese grater is not one of the fused items.
Oh, okay.
Are any of the fused items made of metal? Would you like the high roll or the low roll to be metal?
I roll.
No.
Fuck.
None of the items are
No.
made of metal.
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
Mhm.
I have a number
the
of
fused items are
questions.
kind of hard to discern, but it seems like one of it's almost like there's an end of a boot sticking out, and then almost like kind of perpendicular to that a pair of chopsticks, and then there seems to be a hair tie. That's kind of like
Can I-
holding everything together, but then everything is kind of like melted together as well.
Hmm.
Go ahead.
Can I throw in my ribbons of dark matter to slow everything down and possibly also stop the other objects from coming one?
Let me just double check. Ribbons of dark matter. Okay, yeah, gotcha. So what is that was me speed reading an ability. So yeah, you absolutely can. That is a thing that costs 2 intellect points, but you have 1 intellect edge, so it will cost you 1 intellect point to
Eh.
get that going.
Perfect.
And for anyone who is new and curious about the cipher system, within the cipher system at the moment, you should see, let's see, that way maybe. Yes, that way. Over to the side. I had to wait for the video to catch up with me to see where I'm pointing. You will see the character sheets currently fading in and out, and you will see the pools. The pools of might, speed, and intellect are at the same time the resource the players have and their health. So the more you do stuff and the more you pay to do stuff, the kind of more tired you get. So you manifest your ribbons of darkness. What does that look like?
That is something that I have completely thought about.
Excellent.
Oh no, I need to drink first.
Oh yes, absolutely. Hydration is very important.
I love
Yeah,
this
sure.
team. I love this so much.
Yeah. At first, I honestly just wanted them to look like shadow moving, but I kind of like the word ribbons. In my mind, it looks like really like ribbons you used to you use for a present or something.
Yep, gotcha. Okay, so you kind of like create this area of darkness, and for a moment there's just like this kind of like round pool of oh sorry, were you maybe you broke up you did break up a little bit, I think. Did you have anything else you wanted to say that I didn't hear? Is my internet gone? Nobody's saying
Yeah.
anything.
No, you're
I'm
good.
scared.
I-
Okay,
I
Oh
good.
can-
yeah. No.
I can hear you.
No.
There's just like a little bit of delay, I think.
Okay, maybe it's just a little bit of lag.
I mean, honestly, fair. I'm
Oh,
sitting here like watching my fucking heart rate like a hawk. Like,
Yeah.
so I take a second to actually hear anyone's
That's
saying.
fine. Yeah, shitty Wi-Fi. Yeah, no worries. But basically what happens is you kind of create this pool of darkness, and for a moment it almost looks like there's smoke or steam rising up, almost like the darkness is boiling up towards these items, and then all of a sudden it kind of takes on a solid form, flattens out, and just becomes this very fine, almost like a velvety black ribbon that wraps around everything and just kind of like starts slowing things down and separating them. So these fused items kind of move away a little bit from where Jess is occasionally standing. Which will give, in case that there is any need to do anything, it will give Jess another asset towards speed tasks.
Ooh.
Yes, go ahead.
I'll say as Liz breaks out the darkness, Remy's just gonna look at him. Oh, so we're doing the spooky thing. Yeah, I guess this ain't gonna work then. And he's gonna rise up on his tail to be closer to 8 feet tall, to meet the gaze of the fire gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna say, "Now I don't know what you up to, and you don't seem to be a man of very many words, but maybe you should just not do whatever it is you're trying to do." And he's going to transition from enthrall to terrifying presence.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Terrifying presence. Says you convince one intelligent target, questionable, but okay, of level 3 or lower, that you are its worst nightmare. The target must be within short range and be able to understand you. For as long as you do nothing but speak, you can't even move, but okay, that's you moved up before. The target is paralyzed with fear, runs away, or takes. Okay, so this will require a roll. He is a target of level 2, so in order to succeed in this, I need you to roll a 6 or higher. This is an intellect task. You definitely have an intelligence power shift, so it's going to go down to a level 1 task. And Do you have anything? Oh, you're also trained in intimidation, so this is actually free for you. You don't have to do any rolls. So you kind of like move up to more of your height, which is kind of your height is particularly a thing that can be discussed at length as to where you start or stop measuring a half snake, half man's height. And you
DMV
can
hates him.
go up a little bit, and you kind of stare him down, and for a moment, like again, there's like this confusion of emotions, and then he just again tilts backwards to be again staring at you directly, and he is definitely afraid. There's definitely now none of those positive things are now present in his facial expression, and he seems to you notice he does seem to be in a way possibly paralyzed. You're not quite sure what's going on here, but he definitely, like, all he is managing to do is kind of like tilt almost as if he were just like one long stick.
I'm just picturing like the immovable rod just
Yeah.
holding him in place.
Yep.
Raya's gonna call out. Are we Are we fighting these guys, or do I need to put my guns away?
I don't know
I
yet,
don't-
Rhea. It's just it's looking funny. There's some funny business going on here for sure. I don't trust
I
any
mean-
of this.
I mean, fair enough, but I think we need to do
It
something.
might not be their fault. We just have to get all the things away from each other first.
Oh,
Speaking
you
of
know
which, what should I do with these?
Maybe don't have them in the same bag.
Put them in different directions. Yes.
Okay, it's kind of one thing right now.
No,
Um,
you picked up the other things.
I did.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I
Pretty
was
sure that
aiming for the big
I'm
one.
pretty sure that was misunderstood, but it's okay.
So you picked up the non-fused items, right?
That's what
Yes.
I was. Yeah.
Maybe can we not put them in the same bag? Otherwise, I think they might fuse too.
Yeah, no, that's a bad idea. I'm gonna go raid some more trash cans. I'll be right back.
Perfect.
Now, I do have to ask this question because it is absolutely in line with the character. But does Jess leave the bag there and go to raid some more trash cans, or does he take the bag with him?
Okay, you know what? I
we're
have a
so
decision coin.
fucked. We're so fucked.
Uh-huh.
He did not leave it there. He took it with him.
Okay, good.
Wait, good for us or good for you?
We'll find out.
As the DM.
Really, it's a
Yes.
coin toss.
Okay, so you kind of like you move away, and you don't have to, like, this time the wind isn't causing you any issue, so you move through it and you go off to raid more trash cans for more liners, and the items in the bag are now far away from the fused 3 items, and they reduce their glow significantly. And all of a sudden you see the fire guy kind of like snap out of it and suddenly start moving around. Now he is still afraid of and paralyzed by Remy, but there is a mobility and relaxation that comes to his body that implies that he is no longer paralyzed. So possibly the paralysis was being caused by one of the 3 items that Jess has on his person at the moment.
Was it the cheese grater's fault?
Could have been.
Also, D, you're gonna have so much fun going through the shitpost channel later.
I believe you, yeah.
It's not even all me, man.
I'm very, very dedicatedly not looking at the shitpost channel.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Trust
Yeah.
me, that's a good idea.
Sounded like
I
choices.
know you guys. I know what you're like. Because I'm worse. Anyway.
Rex
Rude.
being up like in the front, is probably quite close to the ice encased person. Are they still moving like gradually inside that? What are they
Yes, in
doing?
fact, it seems like the ice is now melting at a higher pace, and they are kind of like moving more, but it's still very kind of small. Like basically, what they're doing is they're shifting their limbs around in an attempt to kind of like create more room for them.
In case my ribbons are there, I move them away.
Yeah, Rex is gonna try and catch this person's eye and try and like intimate to them, like, do you want to get out? Like, are you okay? What's going on here?
They start kind of like mouthing words at you, and you can't really hear it because it's all getting distorted and blocked by a very thick block of ice, basically. But judging from the way their mouth is moving, they seem to be saying, "Help me."
Okay. Well, when Rex sees that, he's going to kind of charge over towards the big ice block and try and smash it to
So
release the person.
between Rex and the ice block is this kind of like wind of light and particles. So you can either try to kind of dodge it, which would be a speed defense task, or you can try to just kind of like tough it out and let it like slam against you.
He's 100% just.
I will warn you that you do not know what this stuff does. Like it's not like there's like I said, there's like this strange light going on, and there's like these gray particles going on. So it's either it's going to be more difficult for you to try to dodge it, or you can try to tough it out.
Oh no, Rex doesn't dodge.
But could Rex just use my ribbons to make dodging easier?
If he
Because
were
they're
using a speed, if he were going the speed route, then yes, the ribbons would ease that task by 1.
Yeah, Rex is not a speedy person. That's Jess's domain.
Okay.
Yeah, Rex is like shoulder down, charging forward like a American football player, and he's just gonna try and smash straight through this wind barrier. Caution to the wind, charging straight in, and try and charge through.
Okay, so this is going to be a might defense task, which is going to be a level 3 on its base. Which, let's see if you have stuff. I think you should.
I've got loads of stuff to my edges. I also have armor. How does armor function?
So armor just reduces any damage that you would take. It doesn't reduce the cost of things as you are spending points, but if you are taking damage, it reduces that damage.
Okay, so I've got the resilience power shift level 2.
Might defense rolls are eased by 1 step per shift. And armor +1 per. Oh my god, how much armor do you have?
I've got 1 armor from Golem Body, 1 armor from Ward.
Jesus, you have 4.
And
this is how you know you didn't read the sheet properly.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. The damage is just going to have to go up for everyone.
Oh god,
I'm made of rock, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. So you already have your resilience power shift gives you 2 levels of ease to your might defense. So you're now down to a level 1. And then, do you have anything else? Well, that would be counterintuitive. Yeah, so you just need to roll a 3 or higher.
Yeah.
And before you roll, I am going to make you an offer.
Oh, okay.
I
take
am going to offer an intrusion. The intrusion is going to be you are going to be hit with this and things are going to happen, but you will, for that, get 2 experience points, one of which you will immediately give to someone else in the group.
Hell yeah. Let's do it.
Alrighty. So you go into the wind and you're just kind of like, as you said, caution to the wind. You just go through. I mean, this is just gray stuff. What can gray stuff do? And then at one point there's this one mote of gray particle that like hits you square on the chest, and as it does, everyone sees Rex just disassemble into individual tiny little pebbles, just a million pebbles at once, and then a whole bunch of other gray particles kind of like stream through and reassemble him. Now, Rex, you don't feel like there is you don't feel like has been any change done to you. However, that was an agonizing experience, and you take 7 points of damage to your might pool, which is going to be reduced by your armor to 3.
Okay. Yeah, I
Um,
think Rex steps forward and he's like, "Don't worry, everybody, I got this." Charged in and just disintegrates.
and then is
What
reinforced
a brilliant start!
on the other side.
Yeah, appears on the other side and just kind of spins around, kind of disorientated. He's like, all good, thumbs up.
And who will you give an experience point to?
I think I'll give it to Lily because she was doing the ribbon shit that's
Okay.
kind of probably around me, and he maybe assumes that like the ribbons are helping to have
Yeah.
reassembled him.
Oh yeah.
He's like, "Well,
Yeah, totally.
that's a new experience."
Absolutely. Wonderful. So you are now on the other side and you are at the ice block. What do you do?
Can I smash the ice block?
By all means, that is going to be a attack. It is going to be a level 4 attack, and it is a might attack, I'm assuming, because you're probably trying
Okay.
to smash it.
So I've got
Is it a specific time?
Sorry?
I'm being facetious. Ignore me.
Oh, okay.
yeah, so I've got the single attack power shift, so that eases it by 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is an attack, isn't it? So I can't use the strength power shift, which is specifically non-attack.
Yeah, exactly. That is.
And I've got I could activate muscles of iron for 2 might
But that
points.
is also other than attack rolls.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, and actually no, the strength power shift includes dealing damage in melee,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
even though it's non-attack.
All
tasks.
non-attack tasks are involving strength, including
That-
jumping and dealing damage in melee or thrown attacks, are used by 1 step. What?
It just means that it doesn't make the
Non-attack
actual
tasks.
hitting part easier, but
Yeah,
it does mean you hit
more
harder.
damage. Yeah,
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
right. So this is just a level 3 then, right?
Yeah, that is going to be a level 3 task. Now you are able to use effort if
I
you
was
like
gonna
to.
say,
You can add
yeah.
one level of effort, which because you have an edge of 2 is only going to cost you 1 point.
Okay, so I will do that,
Mm-hmm.
which will reduce it down to a level 2.
Yes.
Cool. All right, let's
So
go
you
for
need
it.
a 6 or higher.
All right. And that is a 17.
17. That is actually with a +1 damage as well. 17 and 18 give you a bonus to damage when you're dealing damage with attacks.
Cool.
+1 and then
All right.
+2. So that means you've got, so let's see, your strength power shift is a level 1, so that deals an additional 3 points of damage. Plus the 1 from the 17 is 4. And how much damage does your attack normally do?
So because I've got a golem body,
Mhm.
my punches count as medium weapons, which
yes.
means 7 damage.
Yep. So that is a total of 7 damage. Or is it just 7? No, it's a total
No.
of 7 damage.
Well, it's 7 damage plus the damage from the power shift, right?
Oh, right. So 10, 11 damage. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you absolutely kind of smash into this ice, and for a moment it kind of like holds your attack, but then it just starts giving way, and just a lattice work of cracks appears across this block of ice as your fist kind of like keeps on going through, almost like an inexorable drill going through the ice, and it just crumbles down, and this guy just falls to his knees and kind of goes, "Thank you. That was so cold."
I got you, buddy. You know what's going on here?
yeah. We don't count individuals
Individual what?
like us. We're not. You can make me an intellect roll, and this is going to be a level 5 task.
Alright, yeah, so I need a 15 or higher. Fuck it, I'm just gonna go for it and see
Yeah,
what happens.
by all means.
Is this this isn't anything involving magic law and the law of the underworld by chance?
No, this is not magic lore in the lore of the underworld.
I have to try. Right. Oh, that's a 16 on the dice.
Oh, nice. 16 out of it. Basically, you, in a moment of utter clarity, realize that what this guy kind of assumed is apparently the clone is kind of whatever his deal is. And he assumed that he could have 6 of these items because there's 2 of them.
Right.
Oh,
Did he read the rule book?
He did not.
Yeah, buddy, I think you've overloaded yourself here. How do we stop it?
Don't they just pass on their own?
Dude, they're not kidney stones.
I guess
Technically,
you
they
should
could be.
know.
Some-
Yes.
What do we do? I need to get you out of here or something?
Please?
Alright.
maybe.
Go.
Ignore me.
I was just to say, Rex is gonna like try to pick this guy up and tuck him under his arm like a rugby ball and try and charge back out of the wind.
Awesome. Yep. Because you went through the ordeal previously, and because the wind has also kind of slightly been dissipating over time, I'm not gonna make you roll or have an intrusion again. And you pass through the wind.
The
kind of, like,
disassembly has
shielding himself.
already disappeared from
Yeah.
his mind. Like
Yeah.
that didn't happen.
It
Beautiful.
hasn't from the rest of us.
Beautiful. And you pass out, and as you kind of like go away from it, you also notice that the fiery guy, his flames kind of like start flickering out, and at the moment it seems like most of the damage is kind of like passing away, and it's just kind of a question of time until this passes. It seems that indeed, since the 3 ciphers that were on the floor fused together, they seem to have also kind of like slowly started losing their power, and all of these effects are slowly starting to dissipate, especially with just having moved away with the paralysis and everything. So at this point, it's just an issue of waiting for the stuff to pass. But he kind of the guy whom you just freed kind of just goes, just don't let him, keep him there until it passes, please. About the clone.
Oh yeah, I got spicy pants over here. It's fine. Just nobody smack him or no sudden movement.
Beautiful. And
Rex just carries over the ice guy, just plonks him down at like a fair distance.
Yep. And with
Ray
that,
is just gonna very lower her gun, reholster them.
fair. I think with that, it's a good point to go on a break. We are going to have ourselves a 20-minute break. We will be back at, it's 1:30 now, so we're going to be back at 10 until the hour. Everyone have yourselves drinks, bio breaks, and all of the things that you need to do. Stretch and take care of yourselves, and we will be back in a bit. And let me just make sure that everything goes. So we are going now on a scene without cameras, and now you shall no longer hear everyone else, and now you no longer hear me, but have some music. all of the things working. There we go. We are back. Hi, people. Welcome.
Are we really?
back. Yes, we are.
Are you
Are,
sure?
we-
Yes.
are
Did
any
you
of us really
unmute
here?
us?
We are
Did you
back.
unmute us?
We are back. We
Did
are
you
back.
I'm not
unmute us?
unmuted.
I
Love
did.
so
I
hard.
was. We are unmuted. You are unfortunately audible. So there.
I
Fucking
refuse.
rude,
Wow, shots fired.
Shots fired.
dude.
It's fine. I'll be forgiven in a couple of years.
That's right. In a few seconds, the wind's going to expand and disintegrate
Yeah.
everyone, and game over.
Welcome back.
Fuck me.
We
No,
are.
I'm insulted. Fuck you, Matt. Go on, sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. I can continue, but I won't. Anyway, welcome back from the break. And we pick up right where we left off as the effects of the strange items are slowly dissipating, and our hapless heroes are figuring out what to do with the clones. We currently have a situation where the wind is subsiding, the fiery inferno that is the clone is slowly dissipating, and the guy who was trapped in the block of ice is on the curb, assisted by Rex, who had recently experienced a moment of disassembly.
I have clarifying questions.
Yes.
When you say that the fiery clone is dissipating, do you mean the fire or the whole?
Sorry,
clone?
yes, the fire is dissipating. The clone is still there.
Okay. Is he still flying or hovering
He
or
is
whatever?
slowly starting to kind of basically what is keeping him aloft is the fire itself. So as it is dissipating, so is he also kind of slowly levitating back towards the ground.
Okay.
Levitating.
How high up does this cyclone of storms go?
So
Like, is it like a to the sky limit kind of thing, or is it just like top
no,
of
it was
buildings?
more of like a dome in a way.
Okay.
So it was more kind of like a dome that was happening around these two. So maybe like
No, the fact that this dome is ruined whatever I was going to do, so it's fine. I can fly. I was going to fly
Oh,
over
yeah,
it. Go and nick the shit and go. But no, not doing that.
So does the formerly fire guy still have like crazy eyes, or does he seem calmer?
They're not as intense as they were, but he definitely like now that you have a space to look at both of them in like a more calm atmosphere, you can definitely tell that there is certainly an edge to this individual that is not present in the guy who was trapped in ice. Even though they look identical, there's just like this feeling of him having sharper edges. Even though he is
hilarious.
currently
Yeah.
busy shitting his pants, confronted with a giant snake man.
Honestly, coward.
Yeah.
So just a quick clarifying question for Remy.
Mhm.
Do you have to stay focused on this guy, or like if I were to come up and talk to you, would that ruin that?
I just have to keep talking. Presumably, I could talk to multiple people, and that would be okay. It's up to DM's discretion.
DM?
So let's see. We have a thing there for that. Let's look at the thing for that. This was terrifying
Is the-
presence, yes?
Yes.
Is the implication that you're like doing a constant stream of like hypnosis words at him?
Kind of, yeah. For as long as you,
You are
do nothing
sleepy,
but
be
speak, you
chill.
can't even move. The target is paralyzed if fear runs away or takes some other action appropriate to the circumstances. To increase maximum level of yeah, okay. So basically,
Nothing but doesn't mean that you have to. It just means you can't do anything else.
yeah. So nothing but speak. You can't even move For as long as you do nothing but speak. Yeah, that's. I think the idea is that it's a constant stream of hypnosis. But what I'm gonna say is that it is, especially with Remy and with his like hypnotic eyes and everything that's going on. I would say that you would be able to weave answers into your talking to him. So like if Rhea came up and said, so what are we gonna do with him? Remy could like be talking to him and addressing him, but answering her question. Like that would be fine.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Okay. I guess, yeah, like I'll kind of take a few steps forward so that I'm within, not like eye line, but like so that you can see me without having to move to look at me. But I'm kind of looking forward. Is he gonna stay like? Hang on. Fucking southern accent keeps coming back on me, man. I did it so often for so long. Every single time I try to do any other accent, that's what comes in. I don't know if he's like, is he just gonna stay like that as long as you're doing this?
Well, I have a pretty persuasive presence. As long as I keep his attention, I imagine he's going to stay just where he is, nice and pacified.
That's kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, seems pretty useful.
Remy's a lover, not a fighter. I got to pitch in where I can.
I mean, I don't know where I pitch in, so you're ahead of me in that regard.
I'm almost 100% sure there's a Disney cartoon like that. Like
Almost
the
loses
snake-
concentration.
There's a snake that has swirly eyes, isn't there?
Yeah, it happens in a few, I think. Yeah.
Yes,
Probably.
Jungle Book. It's in Jungle Book. Kang, isn't it? Is it Kang?
Did
I think it's Kang.
Did you read that
Ah.
recently, or did you like have? Well, I guess is Jungle Book an actual book before it was a cartoon, or is it just
Yeah.
I think it was.
I think so, yeah.
okay?
It was,
So
yeah.
yeah,
I
so
think
the
it was
question is,
problematic.
did you have the book on you, or were you like, have you seen it recently, right before the Sky Glitter?
Oh no, that was Sparrow.
I'm-
She does not
I'm
know
just-
shit.
I'm just still trying to figure out things.
Rhea's just like, there's a.
Well, this is
Maybe-
Cora actually asking questions in character.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry. They have snakes that do that in movies. Can we watch that movie?
I mean,
That sounds
Probably
fascinating.
later. Yeah, we can do
I
that
mean,
when
well,
we
he's
get
not going anywhere.
back home.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
please.
Yeah, let's do that later.
I mean, if
Rhea
I'm-
just
if I'm gonna
organizing a
have to keep
movie
doing
night.
this,
Everyone just chills out and starts having a separate chat. Like,
Yeah.
right,
We have
he's
to
got
wait
this.
for the fucking we have to wait for the artifacts to die down, and the guy is locked in place if we don't do anything. So like, I didn't know what
speak-
else to do.
Speaking of
Oh yeah.
Cora, Rhea, and
Remy.
no, I'm sorry, I forgot your shadow character's name.
Lily or
Lily? Yeah,
Yep.
they're all gonna find themselves with one of the bags with one of the rogue artifacts, and
Absolutely not. I have 3 already. Like, this is the exact problem we're
No.
trying to avoid, Jess.
and too late. He has
No, it's
a
not,
fire
'cause she doesn't
extinguisher
pick it
from
up.
somewhere.
She will leap out of the way.
Oh, you say that like he tossed it to you. No, it is in your hands.
And then it's
He
not.
is walking
It's
around.
like she's touched something hot.
He is walking around now, just with a fire extinguisher, putting out random fires up from a Hot Twin.
Okay.
Um,
So Cora,
Yeah, Lily's
you
stepping
get
in and
the
taking it.
item kind of like it appears in your hand and you immediately throw it away. And in the split second that you're throwing it away as it is flying in the air, you realize that it has lost its glow. So this item has also been expended. All of the items at this point have been expended, and because they were no longer all together, their reaction has been dissolved. So you are no longer at risk from these items. They are now perfectly normal and mundane magic 8-balls, cheese graters, and fusions of chopsticks, boots, and hair ties.
What kind of boots?
It's one boot that has chopsticks through it. and fused to a hair
Okay.
tie. So at
Okay,
most it would
not-
be
not interested.
an exhibit.
Okay.
I did want to ask if any of the things were intersecting, like bad clipping in a video game,
Yeah.
or if they were just melted adjacently.
They are, so the way it is as the boot is kind of like, imagine this is a boot, and the chopsticks are kind of like through the boot, but where the lower one side of the boot is where it seems like it's melted together, and the other side seems like it's just clipping through, like in a bad video game.
Okay, so transporter accident.
Yeah.
Check. Okay. Cora would like to approach previously fire guy
Mm-hmm.
cautiously, assuming that there's no disassembling wind still, because
No, there's no
otherwise we're going to
disassembling
wait.
No.
Okay.
The wind
Um,
just passed.
She's carefully repressing that right now. Hey, are you okay? She's going to say experimentally to him.
And he's kind of, by this time, kind of floated down to the ground, and he's still looking at Remy, and he's like, which I assume the mic didn't pick up because it didn't go green. But basically, he just screams and goes,
Okay.
I love
he
that the mic
screams.
keeps cutting that out.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you so much.
Oh well, I mean, if we're gonna have a conversation, I suppose I could go back to doing this the nice way. And he will
Well-
flip from terrifying presence to enthrall, so he's just keeping the guy's attention without terrifying him.
So the guy literally went, and then Remy changed it, and he went, I mean, oh.
It's fine, sugar. Just calm down.
You literally just have a nice way and a mean way of doing precisely the same thing.
Yeah.
Yes,
Help!
the mean way is technically slightly more powerful, but only just.
He's both good cop and bad cop.
Yes. Snake cop.
Where is the dumb meme? I need to find it. Hold on. Okay.
Okay. So he kind of like, and he's kind of still staring at Remy, but he goes, but, I'm okay now that it's past, I guess.
Do you two guys like have the same thoughts, or do you not?
At the same time, in the same moment, both of them in chorus say, "He's my clone."
Who is which clone?
And the ice guy goes, "He's my clone," and the other guy says, "No, you're my clone." No, but
Okay.
I remember. No,
really
you
matter who
remember the
comes
swings?
first.
I remember the swings as well. You're my clone. No.
Does it really matter?
Both look at you and go, "Yes."
I mean,
Why?
it might matter if one of them has an expiration date.
Oh,
But- What would knowing about your expiration date do to help you?
The blood has
I mean-
drained from both faces.
I mean,
And like
Sorry.
Rhea is genuinely curious. She's not trying to be mean or anything. She's
Mm.
genuinely asking. Like, I don't see
mean,
how it matters.
if you knew you had a limited amount of time, wouldn't you do things differently?
I don't know. I don't know that much about me, to be honest.
Oh, that's fair.
Maybe the girl I was would, if she knew. But me, I am. I don't want to know when my story's over.
Have
Feels
the
like
two
I'd
of you
spend
tried
every day
checking your
thinking about it.
fingerprints?
Oh.
I mean,
I just love the
there's-
idea that you stepped forward into this conversation apropos of nothing. Beautiful.
The fire guy goes, I mean, there's a much more obvious proof, and the other guy flies in with, that we're kind of the same person. I mean, look at this. We tried to take up the items, and they were all together, and we thought that we could also have each of us 3 items, but we couldn't because they fucked everything up.
Well,
They fucked
that's what I was.
everything up, or you fucked everything up?
I can't do that shit.
It was a group.
Because you're a clone.
No, he's the clone. Say both
Again.
of them at the same time.
Rex
Do
is
either
gonna
of you? Do either of you have any weirdness aside from there being 2 of you?
They kind of like just gesture at each other. It's like, this
Oh.
is it. Like, ever since the weird
Okay.
light.
Oh, you're
Oh.
so light too.
Well,
Actually, oh, sorry, go on.
no, go ahead.
I wanted to ask, because we haven't actually discussed how this works for me, given that the kind of style for our character. But I have a power called Premonition.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way I could figure out which one is technically the clone? Using that?
See. Let's see what premonition.
Is that they're both clones and the other one is like somewhere fucking
Yes.
just having fun?
Let's see. Premonition.
Yeah, these two are ice and fire, and the real one is just water.
Yeah, it's all just states of matter, really.
Okay, so you can use that. It costs 2 intellect points. You learn 1 random fact about a creature or location that is pertinent to a topic you designate.
I just didn't know if it was something I could do just because of the way we've kind of come up with this story of Rhea.
I know,
If it was something she could consciously do, or if it was something that you would do when appropriate.
well,
I'm
the
happy
thing
for it to be.
The thing is, it comes with a cost, so I would not impose that cost on you. Like that would be like dealing damage to you. So it would have to be a conscious activation.
Okay. I mean, yeah, we could. I'm happy to have random ones where it's just like suddenly, like shit I didn't know was gonna happen. Like I have no idea what the fucking topic is. It's just like all of a sudden, oh, you learned this person really loves, fucking masks or something like that. Just but I'd like to use it if possible as she's watching.
Yep.
Both of them.
Okay. And what would you name the topic?
Origin point.
Okay.
Because the clone had to come from the other one, right?
Yes.
So
sure.
If they're a clone, they have to have a linked DNA. So one of them started first. At least that's what I think, anyway.
So let's see. You, for a moment, your vision kind of like blurs over, and for a moment, everything goes dark except for 2 points of light, 1 blue and 1 red. And then there is 1 white point of light that is off to the side from the 2 of them and several kilometers away. And then you see a tiny little green speck far off in the distance. With this white light being in the middle of the 3. And then your vision returns to the present.
I guess what you guys would see is like Rhea, she tilts her head very much like a curious puppy. Just tilts her head very slightly to the side, and her eyes seem to, like the blackness that's bleeding into the other parts of her iris seem to like glow a little bit and seem to spread just a little bit for a second. Oh. I see. Well, that's are you sure? Are you absolutely sure that one of you is the real one?
And both just gonna stare at you and say, I mean, obviously I'm me. Again, in chorus at the same time.
Because I just, she's kind of flustered because she doesn't quite know how to explain what she does. Because I don't think either of you are. I don't think either of you are the real one. I think you're fragments, echoes, like me. Not the same. I mean, I don't think I have a clone out there, but I don't think you're real.
Wow. That's a little harsh.
That might be.
Like, her eyes go very wide. Is it? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean any offense.
The ice, the guy who was trapped in ice, kind of like goes, "What? What do you mean?" And the guy who was trapped in fire says, "Well, fuck you, lady."
Hey,
Well, what do you
What did you
remember?
say?
Two dogs growl.
no, 3 are growling.
Nice.
What were you saying, Cora?
Hey, take that back, fire guy.
What do you
or
remember
whoever was
exactly about when the sky glitter happened?
Oh, you mean the light?
Sure.
I was at home on the balcony Yeah, on the balcony, and it was, well, it started raining. Yeah, and then it cleared out. Oh yeah, it did. And wait, is that? And the other guy goes, "Oh no, that was the day before, right?" And the guy says, "Yeah, that was before." No, it was. And they kind of like both look at each other confused, and then the guy who was on fire says, "No, there was. We thought it was rain, and then it was kind of like weird light, and one of it like landed on." And they both kind of like look at each other and look at their hands and just go on one of our palms. And then it got weird, and then the deli next door was suddenly a bank, but it was a deli, and Mrs. Johnson was no longer a widow, and yeah, and now it's like there's we're
Are there only two of you?
But were like both of you right there on the balcony after it happened, or
yes, all of us were on the balcony.
All
What
of
When
do
you?
you
you
mean
say
with all
all-
of us?
And the guy who was in the ice kind of like looks at the fire guy and goes, you should not have said that. And the fire guy says, well, yeah. I mean, they kind of helped us, and it's excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, and you guys see a cop coming up to you. And you realize
Rhea
that there's actually
immediately
quite an
steps
odd-
away and hides behind Remy,
You
just
see
very quickly.
you see that there's actually quite an audience that has formed around this kind of like situation, and one of the cops from the dash cam from the cop car whose dash cam took us to this place, kind of like comes up and goes, is everything all right?
Yep.
Rex just gives a thumbs up.
we don't have
Thanks
enough
for
information
coming.
to answer that question accurately, but it seems okay for the moment.
Yeah.
Uh,
Thanks for helping.
do
Bye.
you intend? Hold on, little lady. Do you
That was a mistake.
do you
Rex
plan on?
simply steps up when that is said.
Yeah.
The guy literally
Sorry?
goes, like, his hand goes to his holster, and he puts his hand up and says, "Ho, ho, 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 hold on. Stay back, sir. Sir.
Ma'am.
Sir. He's talking to
Do
Rex.
I look like... Okay.
Yeah.
We're definitely in the Midwest if a cop called
It's-
someone little lady.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, he just called us all hoes. I feel like we should be angry about that.
But
No
yeah,
one said shit, but
he's
like,
obviously very confused as to how to address Rex at all, and just settles on sir, and says, "Just stay back, sir. Don't. I'm just asking questions here. You said you don't know. You said you don't have enough information to tell me if everything is all right. Do you intend on it stopping being all right?"
No.
I mean, not on
Everything's all right.
purpose, but like, it's hard to say these days.
We've got this handled for now.
We're just
Like,
here
I
to
can't
help.
Give
actually
us a
predict
few
the
minutes.
future, if that's what you're asking. Can you?
What one of us can?
I
Ray is just like very decidedly like hiding behind the snake guy, not saying anything.
he
Best
just goes,
part is she doesn't know why.
I mean, what do you mean, can I? I can't be a rock person either, and I can't be a snake, but you can.
Well, I don't want to assume you're. We should have a word for this.
Normal.
No, I mean,
Boring.
what you call it when someone isn't. Like, what is the thing? It's like, I don't want to
I
use.
would
like
say
TV show
metahuman, but I
terms.
think that's
like-
No,
copyrighted.
see, yeah.
Monday.
Yeah, I was gonna say quirk, but then that's another.
Yeah, that's
cartoon.
also maybe copyrighted.
All right. Well,
I mean, the word quirk can't be copyrighted.
No, but its use can, like,
Can it, though?
Transformers isn't copyrighted, but like you do
Well, that's a
something with
trademark.
robots that turn
That's a
into
trademark,
okay,
that's
trademark,
different.
trademark. Okay.
Remy, you just feel
Oh, by the way,
like
cops are coming.
her like tap your back. Could you maybe make the cop go away?
Look, Mr. Policeman, sir, just give us a few minutes, then you can have the scene. We just need to find out what's going on, and you can take over. But give us a minute. And
Look.
Rex
Can you just take the super twins somewhere and just stop disrupting the public peace?
We have stopped disrupting the public peace.
We
It is
restored it,
peaceful.
actually.
Yep.
If you stop interrupting this, we can do exactly that.
Yep.
I mean, mostly Jess did, but then
We're gonna get arrested, aren't
then
we?
he tried to ruin it. It's okay, though. It was an accident.
Look,
Listen, officer, we appreciate your fine service that you have provided, and you're doing a great job. We're just here to help. We're going to clear out any minute now. If you could just go establish a perimeter and make sure nobody wanders in that don't need to be here, we would be very much obliged to you. And I will use fast talk.
Yes, my
Yes.
boy.
Smooth tongue over there's got all the words, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say because
make
like
the face
making
of
a
the
cop
group
feel
that
threatened is
Naga
the
should
exact
do.
wrong thing to do ever.
Fast talk. When speaking with an intelligent creature, who can understand you and isn't hostile, you convince
Oh, well,
that
it
creature
automatically
to take
fails.
one reasonable action in the next round. Okay, yeah, sure. Here's his. Yeah, you can do that. And he kind of like looks at you and yeah, right. Perimeter, yes. Right. And he kind of like moves off towards the patrol car, and as he's moving away, you hear him uttering a fucking snake person telling me to establish a perimeter. I'm not getting paid enough for this.
Does Rhea hear this?
Yeah.
Remy, you're gonna have to catch her.
Oh, no.
Easy,
Like, her mouth-
away.
Nope.
He's
no,
going away.
easy. It's fine. It's fine.
Right. Rex steps up on Ice Guy and
Yeah.
puts a hand on his shoulder. He's like, "All right, damp squib," and looks over to the fire guy, like, smoldering ember. What's your name and how many of you are there?
We're John.
John. Okay, great. John's. How many?
There's I think 3 left.
As
Wait,
well as
left?
you?
What happened
What
to the
does
other
left
ones?
mean?
Have you been doing a Highlander thing?
The guy who was trapped
Highlander
in
thing.
Ice John looks to his feet.
They're in your.
Wow.
Mhm.
You all of you guys that are left need therapy. Holy heck! Like that.
Okay, well, let's ask a question then. So, when you did the Highlander thing, did they leave a body around, or did they just sort of go away into like a lightning, and then
He kind
how'd
of
that work?
glances off to the side where the cop is establishing the perimeter and just goes, I'm not at liberty to say.
How's it
Okay.
work? Can we? If I just smash you two together, will you become one?
Wow,
You
I
can
mean,
try.
Please
I'd
don't.
become one something, but maybe not that.
Please don't.
Yeah, but ice, fire, steam.
Right. Rhea's gonna point towards where the white light she saw before. Should we go that way?
Were you asking?
She's
Everyone?
asking mostly the two
Johns,
the
what do you think?
clones. Yeah, because she's gesturing towards what I believe to be the central one. Should we go that way and ask them?
What way? What?
Well,
You want to
You've
find
got
your
a friend in
nexus
the-
or something?
yeah.
Well, no, there's only one other John left, and
No, there's not.
he's off to Japan, so I mean, we're
Well,
not.
That explains
that's
that.
a fair way off.
There's more than that.
What the fuck's he doing in Japan?
Probably trying not to be Highlandered.
I mean,
What does Highlander mean?
Oh, it means that you cut somebody's head off to like gain their power or something. It's a
Is that a
very
And you have a
thing
terrible
visual-
people
sequel.
do?
It's a movie, darling. It's
Oh, there's a
popular.
Oh.
movie?
Right.
Okay, we need a movie night.
Yeah, Cinema Day, gang.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna point out to everybody watching, Rhea has amnesia. She doesn't remember shit, okay?
And Cora's
not
20,
stupid.
so. It's a miracle she knows about the TV show.
There's more than that, though. One is very far away, but one's... Where would you say, like, would I be able to have...
So
Yes,
the
like,
way
yeah,
that
Not a stupid close part, but...
No, the way that fourth light, now that you're kind of like thinking of it, everything, the way that fourth light was manifesting, it was kind of like in the middle, like the mid distance between the three others, which is tied to your topic was the point of origin of them.
Oh, okay, so that's where they all came from. Okay.
It's either where they all came from, or it could also be kind of like it could be that their point of origin is just always in the middle of all of the available Johns.
Okay, I didn't get that, but fair enough.
That makes sense.
I just thought there was an extra person.
All right. I think whatever the case is, we need to get these guys out of here. So yeah, you two,
Do you have
Johns.
any more of the objects on you? Because you said you couldn't carry more than 3.
No. That was we gathered 6 because we thought every John can have 6. 3.
I guess on the plus side, this means that the one in Japan doesn't have any.
Or he
Yeah,
is
no.
also doing the same thing and is
he
levitating in
doesn't.
an orb of garbage or something. And
No, I don't think he would have any. And then at that point, one of the John's cell phones rings, and he picks up and goes, "Hello." And at that moment, you hear just full on screeching from the phone. Like you can hear this how loud he is. It's just going, "What the fuck are you idiots doing? I just spent an hour paralyzed in a fucking void. What the hell?"
Oh, poor guy.
Did
What
anybody
the-
get it disassembled? Are they okay? Cora yells at the phone.
And
Right.
the John who picked up, which was the Ice John, he goes, yeah, look, no, I mean, wait, I have a wait, no, yes, or no, look, we just thought, no, and then the Fire John just goes, give him to me, and takes the phone and goes, look, shut up about your bitching for a moment and tell me, was there any casualties or damage or anything? And then the other guy just goes, how should I know? I was in a fucking void. You know what I'm doing here. There's not going to be anyone around here for miles.
That's
And-
What are you doing there? Because they wouldn't say. Yell though, because we can hear you.
the guy, there's like a short silence from the phone, and then just like the line cuts off, and then the Fire John just like looks at you, Cora, and sighs. Look, it was always like we always wanted. Us always wanted. There was. Why do you was alone, man?
Sorry, what?
Wow, I really didn't catch that.
We
Nah.
wanted let's know.
Wet snow?
We wanted to go and live in the woods alone and be manly.
Oh,
Oh my god. Did you watch too
Yeah,
many male
Yeah.
videos?
Look,
Sorry. I'm gonna mute for a second.
they both seem very embarrassed by this.
Okay.
So how did it went?
He just went after that dream. That's all. So
okay. So when you said we, you meant all of you before you were more than one of you.
well, yeah, there's differences between us, but they're small and they're more like, you know how you have like hopes and dreams, and then you have different dreams and different hopes?
No.
Sure.
You'll get there.
Like every 5 minutes, right?
And he goes, well, some of us, he just wanted to go after that wish, and we didn't.
Sure, that's fair. I was just checking.
Jess is
Because
going
you,
to put
you
his
never really answered the question about knowing what they were thinking, but I think the phone call pretty much QEDs that. So
No, we're not telepaths. Duh.
Jess is going to put his head in his hands for a moment, and he is going to look up and it's like, okay, I'm going to take a stab in the dark here. So your event, Doodad, kind of just split you up into multiple versions of your own personality, and you have been walking around. He's going to look back at the cop and then just kind of lean in and go, killing each other. So have you just been like slowly lobotomizing John Prime during your whole Highlander shtick?
What's John Prime?
I don't know, the one you originally came from, because obviously the three of you aren't the same person.
I mean,
Like,
that's not obvious.
You're angry, you're kind of chill, and the other guy wants to be left alone.
I mean, people are able to be different things. Like,
What?
have you-
Yeah, but they're all
You're
claiming
not-
to be the same person, and if
But
you're the
you're
same
not,
person,
like,
then you shouldn't
sometimes
have
the
any
same.
differences.
that's what I
Yes,
mean.
like-
Like
so,
yesterday, what was
yeah.
I doing? Not this.
Yes, I think they're parts of the same person.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, wasn't it?
So
But
is
they're
them
not
They could've-
killing
different
each
people.
other
They're
just
the same person. Just
They
parts.
clearly are actually the same person, at least on a level of nonsense, right? Because of the whole widgets thing
Yeah.
that happened.
Yeah, and whatever
But-
the original person was that they all split from is slowly losing those parts of himself because
They
These
could all be the original
individuals-
person.
yeah, that person may no longer exist.
Yeah.
I mean, sounds like right.
Although I suppose them knocking each other off is full contact therapy, sort of.
Do y'all get more powerful each time
think
one of
it's
you
like-
dies?
slow lobotomization.
No.
Then why the fuck are you killing each other?
It's actually a valid question.
Yeah, I think you two might need to go to jail.
No, that's suicide. It's not. I mean, sorta. That's why I'm asking.
It's
'Cause
also
if they're
murder.
the same person. If they're the same person, then there's a gray area.
But they've established they don't see themselves as the same person. They see themselves as clones, which means that
Yeah,
they
but
see themselves as
they might
others.
be wrong about
And
that.
as
They
such,
don't
they're
seem super
committing,
bright.
in their mind, murder or
But,
manslaughter.
This still doesn't
Maybe
answer
they killed this
why
one.
are you killing each other?
We're not anymore.
Why did you
Well, you-
start?
You just tried it in college one
I'm gonna
time?
go get the
Yes.
cop.
No.
What are you gonna tell him?
Murderers.
This guy keeps killing himself.
Yeah.
We
Okay,
thought-
let
we
me know
thought
how
it
that
was-
goes.
No, not anymore. He said he stopped killing himself.
I mean, either way, they're making a public disturbance, and look, I think we've done our part here, so maybe we can just move on.
You said you said you don't kill yourself anymore. Which part have you already killed?
What?
How many of
You said you don't.
killed?
You said you don't kill yourself anymore.
Yeah, because
So that means that you killed yourself at some point.
yes,
so
'cause
what
it turned
part
out
of-
it wasn't aliens.
Oh my
you thought
God.
it was like a pod people kind of thing.
Like a
Oh,
body
God.
snatches kind of thing. Honestly, I could see that mistake.
Yeah, that's a
That-
fair
Yep.
assessment.
How did you
Yep,
pick
yep,
which
yep, yep.
one to kill, though? I mean, you draw straws.
Was it?
I
just
think
a
they all
mutual?
picked the one that wasn't themselves.
We just fought
But I don't know. Narrow it.
Yeah, they,
And
they just
who lost?
battle royaled it.
the other four.
4. Uh-huh.
Well, that's sort of where that question about whether there was still a body afterward thing came in, because if there was still a body afterward, then it sort of argues in the direction of these are all real people, like you're all different, and even though you're connected in a weird way, you're probably, like, yeah, murder. But if the bodies just went away, then maybe not. It's
I'm not at liberty to say.
yeah, okay, so that sounds like that, yeah, there were bodies, okay. Sorry.
All right, gang. Like, what are we gonna do with these two? Because we can't just chat in
I
the
mean,
street all fucking night.
I'm not going to do anything. What?
Jess is no
What?
longer with the group.
I don't.
You just
We don't
leave
have
them to the
custody.
cops. Look, yeah. All right,
Like,
policeman, come sort these two dickheads out.
Jess is
Again,
already with the
Rhea
policeman.
just like. Rhea
Um,
immediately goes back over to her dog, so she's nowhere near this happening.
Jess, I'm going to offer you an intrusion.
Oh boy,
Oh God.
I pretty much have to
to
take it
jail.
because I can't say no.
Well, no, for this, I can. I will let you say no without expending an XP here, if you
We'll
don't
see.
want it.
Do it.
What's
Take
the
it.
intrusion?
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
the intrusion?
in
Slap it at me.
intrusions that involve
Okay.
cops.
So you're
could go
taking
wrong?
it.
Yep.
What? No, no,
Alrighty.
no, no, no. What?
You don't get to ask what it is before you decide. That's not how it works.
This is not Blaze in the Dark.
Son of a bitch! I thought he could know. Sorry.
Sometimes you can. Sometimes you can. So Jess, you kind of like start going towards the cop, and then you smell fresh bread, and you
Oh
turn
no, I'm
around.
having a stroke.
You turn around and you see that the square as it is, and all of your friends and all of the cops and all of the people have disappeared, and you are instead in this kind of like dirt roads market sort of thing, which seems very medieval like. And there's just like this market stand where someone is putting out fresh loaves of bread. And you kind of turn around as you hear something, and as you kind of like move and turn around, you see just these three completely full plate wearing knights on horses galloping towards you. Make me a speed defense task. This is going to be a
Hell yeah.
difficulty 3, a level 3. So
So I think
fuck
that's
is going
difficulty
on?
1 because of dexterity.
you need a 3 or higher.
18.
18.
This dice is
okay.
really good.
So you kind of you see these horses galloping at you, and you realize you're going to be trampled if you don't escape. You jump off towards the stall with the bread, and all of a sudden you fall into a pool of bluish, translucent, like slightly glowing liquid. And as you emerge from it, you kind of turn around and you see all of these kind of singular metal and glass buildings, just like a fusion of buildings, and all sorts of people running around. Everyone has like these weird visors on them that have all sorts of data and everything flowing across their vision. And you kind of like turn around and blink a couple of times, and as you blink, you are suddenly in a black and white frozen moment of time where you were previously. You see the cops, you see your friends, but no one is moving, nothing is happening for a moment. And then almost like it starts having a seizure, reality slowly, shakingly gains color and things start moving in slow motion. And then all of a sudden you're standing in front of the cop, and he just like jumps back, spooked by your sudden appearance in front of him. He goes, "Ha! Where did you come from?"
That's a good question. I am going to have to unpack that myself later, but yeah, I think these two guys over here, the whole event thing, I think it gave them some kind of a just a little bit of a psychosis. So yeah, like these guys definitely need mental help. They are not well. But they should be
Right.
like detained.
And your shrink? He says with hope in his voice.
Jess is no longer there.
We do have 1 point of housekeeping. Whom do you give your second point of experience to?
You know, I'm gonna give it to Cora. She's been asking some good questions.
Okay, so each of you has 1 point of experience at this point. And you guys just see Jess kind of like do his usual kind of like clipping in and out of reality thing, and like goes to the cop and then comes back.
And it's like, I told the cop you guys were suffering from a bit of a mental break. You guys need help.
Oh,
'Cause-
because asking cops for mental health is always the best option, right?
I'm perfectly normal. And the other guy goes, I've been asking you to go to therapy for a while.
You should have.
Anyway, I
Well-
think our job is done, right?
Right.
Yup.
Like maybe just in the future, if you're going to be doing, if you have theories about weirdness that's going on, maybe test them far away from other people.
And stop collecting those damn items.
Well, that's the sort of thing, yeah.
Well,
Oh wait.
Oh, right, yeah. What Cora said, yeah.
Just gonna like So he's wearing like this dumb ski suit thing. So he's gonna like undo a good portion of it so he can get into his pants pocket, and then bring out like a card. And it's like, actually, yeah, no. If you guys like want to do experiments and stuff, and you're not like arrested for murder, this lab kind of exists now, and he'll hand them a lab to or a business card to. What the hell did I name this lab? Like Nexus Dreams or something.
okay.
Yeah. Kind of exists as a phrase that we just use now, and it makes sense, sort of.
Yeah.
A little bit sometimes. Nebula Dreams. That was the
Nebula
name of the
Dreams,
lab.
Very good. Nebula Dreams is the lab. I'm gonna make a
But
note
yeah,
of that.
stop doing murder and crime and stuff. And I really need to take this fire extinguisher back to the toy store.
The guy looks at you. The toy store?
Yep.
Yeah, there's a toy store a few blocks away, or at least it was when I went there. That's kind of where I got the fire extinguisher to deal with your residuals.
Look, it's really best not to ask questions.
Yeah.
Just accept it.
Right.
I mean, I don't agree with that, but
Unless you
Right.
Cora, then you
Questions
ask.
are
you just
important
have
as
to
long
be
as there's
emotionally
good
prepared
answers.
to get answers that you don't want, you know.
But
That's not that
let's get out of here before we get ourselves in more
It
trouble.
is
than we
about at
need
this
to.
point that one of the cops comes up and starts kind of like talking to the Johns.
Perfect time to go away.
Skedaddle.
Okay. So
Yep.
where do you guys go?
Donut?
The next DVD shop, if there is one, because we have some movies to watch.
Yeah, we need to find a cinema.
Yeah.
Wait. Does somebody have a DVD player?
I have a flat.
I had a DVD player, but it's a toaster now.
Oh boy. Is my internet hiccuping?
For
Oh, there we
warehouse,
go.
don't we?
Sorry, my internet hiccuped apparently for a moment,
Oh no.
Oh no.
but we're back now.
Yeah.
Like that.
So the last thing I heard
far?
was that Lily has a flat.
Yeah, I have a
And,
flat.
Yes, and Jess
And we have a DVD player toaster who doesn't
Jess
play
used to have
DVDs
a
anymore.
DVD player, but now it's a toaster and it
Ah,
does
yes,
not play
yes,
DVDs.
yes.
And,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then there was something about a warehouse and I got confused.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
What?
Do we have?
Oh,
one?
I had the headcanon that Rhea's staying in a warehouse at the moment
Sure.
because she's
Like,
got like
just an
an
abandoned
apartment.
warehouse.
No, she's like there's an apartment there. She's kind of made do, but like
It's like what
Perfectly
was it,
she
like
kind of got drawn
yeah.
there, and
industrial chic.
so
You don't have an
Yeah.
apartment currently?
I mean she lives in like the warehouse has an apartment in it,
Okay.
so
Okay.
that's where I assumed we could all pick our own places of living.
Oh, yeah,
So
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, Rhea's just kind of found this place. It's got good space for dogs. It's got really good furniture, which is kind of weird when she thinks about it, but like it feels homey and good. So she's willing to share that with folks.
Perfect.
Okay. If you need a flat, just let me know. It's not the biggest one, but there should be space enough.
Thank you.
Fair, fair.
I have no idea if the doggos fit in there.
Go ahead, Cora.
I find
Okay,
there's
so-
always
so-
somebody willing to put you up in a nice hotel if you ask nicely.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well,
Yes,
I
so we
think
get-
the real question is where are we watching the movie? Because we got kind of derailed there.
That's
I
correct.
don't think I'm gonna fit in the flat, but we could probably go into the warehouse, a projector or something.
Do you have a projector?
There is some shop somewhere, and we can just go there and buy one. I assume.
I don't know.
At least I hope.
Maybe
Cell
Jess
phone
is
did.
microwave turned into one.
Ah, perfect.
Done. See, good, all good.
What do you do with those things?
I don't know.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, the toaster's been working correctly. Cables for the it's just the projector. It's not cables.
Hmm.
Also, did this place used to be medieval Europe?
No.
Future City?
Mm,
Well, I mean, I
why?
think Future City would preclude it used to be something.
I mean, not really. Time could be cyclical, but also what?
I might have just been having an episode going to the cop.
Okay.
I almost got ran over by a horse.
Is that something that's new for you, or is that something that has happened to you already? Like,
He just kind of has this 1,000-yard stare for a moment and says, okay, so define new to me?
Time questions maybe ain't the right way.
Do
to go
you
on.
remember this happening
yeah.
other than just
Yeah.
now?
Oh, a couple times after the whole.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so you're used to that, and you
No.
just
No, that's fair. Seems like it'd be hard to get used to.
yeah.
Do you think you're actually there though, or were you just seeing it?
Well, I did
Like
smell
we can't tell because you
like
just sort of flicker.
bread.
Oh, you smelled something. Well, that's okay.
Oh, and then I dove into a puddle of mystery fluid. So I was there enough to sense things with
Is it
with my
still on you
bits?
or any? Like Cora's looking. At him.
Yeah, no,
Does he
there's
have
none
blue-
of it left. No.
blue residue. Okay.
Hmm.
Huh. Well, that's inconclusive.
Yeah.
All right. That's weird.
Well,
Do
maybe
you-
Oh,
the
but yeah.
void.
What isn't?
Do you feel different? Like, is anything changed about you since that?
or us?
You see him start vibrating and blurring slightly as he begins to have an existential panic attack.
Oh crap! I broke him again. Hang on. Cora will reach into her. Cora will reach into her backpack and offer something to him. I have no idea what it is because that's how the power works.
Oh yeah.
This is the gift of appeasement. So
It's a taser.
The gift of. Okay. the gift
it
of
is
pieces.
it is an impractical and inexpensive thing that is nevertheless delightful to whoever I'm offering it to.
Perfect. You you reach into your pocket and offer you offer Jess whatever is in your hand, and Jess, you kind of look around and you smell it first. It is the same scent. You've smelled this before, and then you look at it, and she is holding out a cronut to you, and it is the exact scent that you smelled. And maybe it's all fine. Maybe you just smelled the scent of a pocket cronut rather than fresh
Yes,
loaves of bread,
which has
bread
clearly
from
been
medieval
there
Europe.
this whole time.
Yes.
Definitely.
And it looks
How long's that been in your
delicious.
bag?
I have no idea.
And now we need to go to a bakery, like right now.
But
Yep.
but is this appealing enough to distract you from your existential crisis?
Yes, he does eat it.
Excellent.
like,
This is the only way that Cora knows how to babysit is just
Yeah, he just kinda looks at it.
distract him.
Have a
Huh?
treat.
Maybe it was okay. Yeah, this smells just like the peasant bread when the knights almost ran me over. So I don't know. Maybe it was psychosomatic, and I caught a whiff when I was giving you the doodad, and it just didn't catch up for a hot second.
That could be. I'm glad you feel better.
And
Oh yeah, no, I had like an hour to process it.
Oh,
I don't think anyone's different.
Rhea, I am going to offer you an intrusion.
Oh God.
Fuck it, we both go.
Hell yeah.
Let's do it.
As you kind of like listen to this exchange, and you see like this pocket cronut settle down the guy who is disjointed from time, and they kind of like keep bantering and everything. All of a sudden, the voices start to echo, almost like they are distancing themselves away, almost as if you were hearing it from a tunnel or maybe a well, or almost through water. And then again, things start to kind of blur and darken, and all of a sudden there is this flash of bright light, and in front of you, the entirety of your vision becomes a mask made of gold with a shining shining red eyes, and you just like feel for a moment observed and seen in an entirely unpleasant way. And as you look at this giant mask that is kind of covering the entirety of your vision, you just hear a voice say, "Huh, there you are." And this is where
Okay.
we're going to end today's session.
Son of a bitch.
Heck yeah.
Spicy.
super reassuring.
That's probably fine.
Fine.
It's probably
It's fine.
Let's get crowed up.
It's fine.
It's just Golden Santa.
It's Golden Santa.
Wait, we've misspelled it. It's Golden Satan.
Oh no.
Oh no,
Sorry.
I've been there.
Rhea, you have a point of experience to give to someone.
Remy.
Alrighty. Both of you write up a point of experience. And then...
Where do we write these?
Oh, that's a good question.
There's a box up the top of the sheet.
Yes.
Yeah, there's
right
a-
next to
there's a
your
box for
effort.
it.
Ah. So, how many XP do we have? 1 or 2?
So I think
we each have one.
yes, at this point you've spread it out very evenly, so everyone has 1 point of experience, and then for participating in today's session and discovering a couple of new things, you also get 2 more points of experience each.
Nice.
How much do things cost? I don't know.
Yeah, I was about to ask.
What's
the
and what
scale
can we
for
do?
XP?
Yeah, so basically the way it works is the tiers are kind of like just a very rough overview of like a power level ish, sort of like you get more abilities and stuff, but to go up a tier you need to buy 4 different advances, and each advance costs 4 XP.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that's kind
So
of
we
like
need
the
to
scale of
spend
things.
16 XP to
Yeah, to
level,
go like
basically.
up yeah, exactly. But there's also like smaller, like you can give out XP in like 1 or 2 XP chunks to get other benefits, like specific benefits or like very unique ones and stuff like that. So there's a bunch of stuff you can do with XP, and you can always also use 1 XP to make a player intrusion, where you tell me what happens in the world.
I mean, what?
So, with that said, we are going to do some extroductions. That is not a word.
It is not. No.
And much like the grandfather clock from the beginning, I'm going to tick until we go full circle. So, Dora, who are you and where can we find you?
I am Pandora Beatrix. I played Cora, who, as you now know, is from Minnesota. I can be found primarily at pandorabeatrix.com on Blue Sky, which is also a website that exists and is very stale, and you should not go there. but I can be heard other than here on the Modus Files, a Fallout 76 podcast, and seen in a variety of very local theater things, which you won't know about.
Fair enough.
Alrighty. Sparrow.
Hello, I am the luckiest of lucky red sparrows. I am a Final Fantasy streamer and a Dungeons and Dragons streamer too, which hopefully will be coming back soon. You can find me here on Twitch or on YouTube or pretty much anywhere under the Lucky Red Sparrow username. Yeah, let's go with that. My brain is like, there's another way to say this, and I've got nothing. So, handle! There we go. Thank you. Jesus Christ. But yeah, hopefully I will be back soon. I do have something pretty cool coming up. If I'm okay to talk about that real quick.
Absolutely.
On Monday coming up at 7:30 p.m. Sydney time, I'm trying out a brand new TTRPG called Evergreen. So I'm really excited to check this out. Brand new system, brand new everything. So I do hope that people will come along and check it out with me so we can explore this brand new thing with us. I'm good now. I've done my self-promo thing. Thank you.
Don't be surprised by this. John.
Hello, I'm John. I can be found on social media at Crims Bacon. I also have my own TTRPG podcast, Bacon Flavored Productions, where we play anything and everything that's not D&D or Pathfinder. Currently in a bit of a scheduling hell at the moment, but I'm trying to get us all sorted. So hopefully fun things will be coming this year from that project. I can also do drawing, so if you are watching the Twitch VOD of this, I have drawn my own character, and I'm currently working on his superhero suit, which is very lame, and I love it. I can also be found streaming with my friend over on his channel, Bore Immortal, on Twitch. Starting next week from the recording of this, we will be playing Monster Hunter. Or at least I will be playing Monster Hunter.
Nice.
Nice.
I'm so excited for Monster Hunter. Yeah, I think that's it for me.
Alrighty. Adam.
Hi, I'm Adam. You can find me most easily at my card. It's soulbind.card.co. It's got a link to all my socials, my VO reels, TTRPG, AP stuff that I've done, music that I've worked on. I'm a voice actor, software engineer, game designer, musician, pretty much anything creative and nerdy. You can find me with my fingers in it somewhere.
The modern renaissance.
So yeah, check it out. I don't have anything else active going at the moment other than this, so keep watching this.
Awesome. Ben.
Hello, I'm Ben. I've been playing Rex, and yeah, I'm in lots of things lately, but my main thing is the Cybertopia podcast, which features D as one of our players, and has also in the last few weeks featured John being one of our NPC voices. And next week we have a new episode coming out which has Sparrow doing a voice. So
nice.
That's going to be very cool, very fun. Comes out bi-weekly. Just look for Cybertopia AP anywhere you get podcasts from, or on my YouTube. You can find me on Blue Sky at Ben Newbon. That's pretty much the only place I am these days. And next week I'm also playing on a Lancer stream on Thursday on Twitch for at Kane SD, and then Friday I'm playing I think it's Savage Worlds on his Cussedness. So yeah, I've got my fingers in many pies too.
Nice. Yeah. And Alis.
Yay! I'm Alice. You can find me on Blue Sky and also on itch.io. Yeah, that's the only thing I'm streaming. And when I'm not streaming, I get completely crazy with drawings of I don't want to say battle maps, but maps for games. And my last obsession, my last obsession comes from Sparrow. Thank you for that. Because
You're
I'm
so
drawing
welcome.
an opera house.
Look at that.
Ooh.
Look
Look at this! That is so
That is
fucking
amazing.
cool!
That's
Yes.
lovely.
Yeah, and that's only the ground floor. and I decided that I can't do a proper opera drawing with only the ground floor, so I will draw 4 more floors and also another building with the stage design, because I worked at an opera house and I know what rooms should be there, and because of that I need all of these rooms to be there to be happy with the map. Yep.
Okay, gang. So
That is
next
so
session we're going
cool.
to the opera.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I mean,
This
not
will
until
take
not
some
until
time.
they're done. Yeah, like it's gonna be more than 2 weeks, right?
No, it's fine. We just won't go upstairs.
Thank you
Well, we
very
have
much.
to.
There will also be an underground level, because underneath the stage there are also things. So
Oh yeah, absolutely.
if
This is gonna
you
be
want
so
a map,
cool.
please be. So if someone wants a map, please do something. I don't know, not
Yeah.
something that can't escalate that quickly.
No, the neurodivergent urge to make absurdly detailed maps for no particular reason. Like, this is what we're here
That's
for.
okay.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And finally, and absolutely leastly, I have been D or Night Wanderer. That's Wanderer with an O. You can find me on Twitch under Night Wanderer. That's Wanderer with an O. Streaming, I stream twice. I generally stream twice a weekday every week on indie evenings. This is European times, and I do also stream on Sunday mornings, European time. So I am mixing it up with the scheduling. At the moment, the active games that we are playing are Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition, Disco Elysium, and Dragon Age Inquisition. You can find me on the socials as well under the same handle. You can find me here DMing this game. You can find me on Cybertopia playing Toby. You can find me on John's Pod playing... I forgot the name of the character that I will be playing.
Unnamed mech pilot.
Unnamed mech pilot number 3.
That's why you forgot.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah,
Classic,
absolutely.
classic.
Just mixing it up and doing stuff. We have been people. My words have failed me. People.
Usually.
Have we?
We have been people.
I have.
Some of
I
us
don't
have
know
been
about you
more
guys.
people
We've
than
been
others.
disasters,
We've
and it's been great.
disasters,
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not the one out
This-
here calling people not real.
Yeah. This has been an
I never
absolute blast for me. I have been wanting to DM the Cypher system for a very long time, and I'm so very happy that I have found victims to DM it at. I have had an absolute blast of a time with all of these people, with these wonderful players. And we are actually going to, I will not forget, we are going to raid out. And I think we are going to raid out into Behold Roleplay. who
Oh,
are
wait,
currently... Yes.
First, tell people, because we're going to have another one of these, right? 2 weeks from now?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
This is...
We have to plug our thing.
Yes, no, yes, that's right. We need to do our thing. Our thing. This
That's
is
the
us.
most important.
So-
Absolutely not. Cut the stream.
This is happening on a bi-weekly basis. So in 2 weeks on a date that I absolutely know and am not looking up in my phone right now, February 8th, we will be back with the second episode of Gilded Age.
It is in February 8th is in the past.
March.
And of course, I mean March.
March
Pretty
8th.
sure there's going to be another.
Of course, I
Yep,
mean
there you
March
go.
the 8th. We will be back on March the 8th, 2025. It is in the future. Jess, stop ruining this. We will be back in 2 weeks with episode 2 of this stream, and also keep an eye out for future origin stories. We will be doing individual origin stories with each and every one of our characters, so you will have an opportunity to see what the event was and what it did with all of our hapless heroes. With all of that said, thank you all very much for being here. We appreciate ever living daylights out of every single one of you, are failing at our words, and we love you. Goodbye.
Much love, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
And we are on a scene, and we are muted. You are muted. I'm muted. Bye.